Hi everyone, happy Mother's Day to you. I just wanted to make sure that I came on and gave myself an opportunity to say happy Mother's Day. I know that we all celebrate Mother's Day in different ways. For some of us, we will be spending Mother's Day relaxing, taking long naps, maybe being pampered. Some of us like to go out, do something exciting, maybe have dinner prepared for us, go out and have dinner, spend time with family, or receive some gifts that we've had in mind, just all sorts of ways that we all choose to celebrate Mother's Day. However, I started thinking today because obviously Mother's Day is an annual event, and this particular Mother's Day this morning, I was just thinking about how I can make Mother's Day more memorable. My mother passed away several years ago. She passed away in 2004. 2004. My oldest son was 3. He had just turned 3. Yeah, so that would have been it was 2004 as he turned 3 at the end of 2003. And he's 14 now. He'll be 15 this year, so it's been a while. However, I feel I feel closer to my mother now than I did then. We were always close. I grew up right beneath her arm, had a wonderful relationship with my mother, and all the things that she said to me, there were a lot of times when she would say, I know this is random, but I have to tell you now while I think about it because I may forget and never tell you again. So there would be certain things that she would say to me, and it would be random. It wouldn't have anything to do with anything going on at the time. But just so much wisdom and so many just nuggets. And those things stuck with me. I didn't really pay much attention to them then, but now as an adult, those things come back to me. So all the things that she said to me, they come back to me, and it's really interesting because now as I'm going through life, sometimes I'll think, oh, what would what would my mother say about this, or I wonder what she would think about this. And a lot of times I will have a memory of something she said that relates to the exact thing I'm wanting to know. I mean, it's just I'm so very blessed to have this continued relationship with her, even though she's not with me physically. Her wisdom and the things that she shared with me, even though at the time I didn't give it much thought, it was sown into my heart, sown into my spirit, and now all of those things come back to me, and it's just so interesting how they come back to me when I need them. Some things that I had forgotten about or hadn't remembered before come back to me, and it's like a brand new memory. And so it's as if she is just with me, and that's just a blessing. And so it made me think about how I can make Mother's Day more memorable, even after I'm gone. And I think that when you've had a parent to pass away, you think, you think about when the other parent is going to pass away, but you're also more mindful of the life that your children will have when you are gone. And so that just has made me think this Mother's Day of how I can make it more memorable, not just for me, but for my children after I'm gone. And first of all, let me say that I love being a mother. It is not, sometimes it's easy, but a lot of times it's not easy. There are aspects of it. It's easy for me to love my children. It's easy for them to warm my heart. It's easy for me to throw myself into whatever they have going on. It's easy. But ever since I was a little girl, I knew I wanted to be a mother. I knew I just knew I wanted to be a mother, and that stuck with me as an older child and as a teenager. When I was a teenager, I said I wanted to have 3 or 5 children. Well, I have 3, and we're not going to keep going to 5. We're done as far as I know. But I have 3. I have 3 boys, in case you don't know. And I always wanted to be a wife and be a mother, and I envisioned it a lot as a child. I would envision my wedding, and I wrote a letter to my children that I actually found not too long ago, and I shared it with them, and it was really cool because I was 12 years old when I wrote it. I even said in the letter where I was sitting, and I was sitting in my 6th grade, 5th or 6th grade class. I think it was 6th grade, and writing this letter. And I wrote the letter just to let them know, just to prove that I had been thinking about them long before they were here. So, pretty special. So I thought about it, and I thought, to make Mother's Day more memorable, I think each Mother's Day from this year going forward, I want to share with my boys what I want them to remember going through life. Because, this is what I thought of. I thought, okay, what is it that when I'm gone, that I would want to impart in them, that I want them to keep? And whatever those things are, I need to share that on Mother's Day. Each year that I'm with them, share those exact same things, so that when I'm gone, on Mother's Day, they will, the 3 of them, remember those few little things that I share with them each Mother's Day, so that when Mother's Day rolls around, they will at least one time of the year remember those nuggets that I wanted to share. And I thought about it, and I thought, what would that be? What is something that I want them to remember always going through life? And I thought of 4 things, and definitely that I want them to remember to keep their faith in the Lord, keep their faith in the Father, and to always listen to His voice that lives and resides within them. I want them to always be an honorable husband and an honorable father. Because one day their wife, their children will praise them. And I will want them to remember those 2 things. And the 3rd thing is for them to always love and care for and respect one another. And the 4th thing would be to live a good life. Live a good life. Do the things that are in your heart that you want to do. Embrace those things that you're passionate about. Embrace your gifts. Follow the voice of the Lord. Follow the voice of God inside of you. And see that vision that you have. See it manifested. See it manifested. Go for it. Go all out, because that is who you are, and you bring who you are into all the other roles that you occupy. And I think those would be the 4 things that I want them to always remember. And a great way for them to always remember that is to sit them down on Mother's Day and tell them those exact 4 things every year. So when I'm gone, I think they'll remember those 4 things. And if 1 or 2 of them forget, the other 1 or 2 will remind the rest of them that, remember when those 4 things Mom told us. So I had to get started. I have a 14-year-old. I have a 14-year-old, one, I said it twice, but I have one 14-year-old, one 7-year-old, and one 5-year-old. And I mean, I guess you just always feel like, oh, I can do this, I need to do that, I need to be better at this, I need to be more mindful of that. And at the end of the day, I just hope that they would remember that I love them. And, in spite of mistakes, that they would still know, mistakes and imperfection, that love them with all my heart. So I think I'm going to pull out that letter and also share that with them. That'd be a good thing to do for Mother's Day too. Just to pull it out, let them see that, and read that. Because my middle son, he loved it. He wanted me to frame it. He wanted me to put it in his room. So I need to do that. I need to frame it, 3 of them, and give those to them. Maybe I don't have time. Mother's Day is tomorrow. I just said that would be a good Mother's Day gift for me to give to them, is to frame that letter that I wrote in elementary school and give it to them. Well, that 6th grade would be middle school. But anyway, I went to locate the letter, and I decided to share it with you quickly. This is the little, this is my little binder, and it says Jennifer Gilbert, age 13, 1990. That's my maiden name. And oh gosh, that's so funny. I had this little symbol on here from my boyfriend at the time. It says JGDW. So funny. And that stands for I love someone very special. Hilarious. And I have autographs. Autograph page for Jennifer. And it says 7th grade. And I had some friends to autograph it. And it's basically, if you look up here, it says, inner thoughts. Life is tough sometimes. People just really know how to piss you completely off in this world. Ooh, I need to read this. I don't think I've... Oh, Lord. This one, April 24th, 1990. This is about sex. Sex is a subject many parents choose not to discuss. My mother chooses to discuss it, though. That's funny because I don't remember my mother just talking to me about sex. I admit it makes me feel uncomfortable sometimes, but I'm only human. Sex between 2 people who really love each other should be called lovemaking. Oh! Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Didn't I have a page with my boyfriend at the time? I have his phone number and address. Oh, look at this. This says, Jen be jammin'. Jen be jammin'. What I really, really think about the girls in my class. Oh my gosh. And I go through the girls in my class. And what I really think, okay? Then boyfriend, a joke, inappropriate joke at that. My favorite slow, oh, this is cute. My favorite slow songs. I have one here, and there's 10, but I won't read them all. I have Lonely by Janet Jackson, Nothing Compares to You by Sinead O'Connor, Rock With You by Bobby Brown, and I have one here, the second one. I guess that means the remix. Because you know, back then, like, songs, they would always come out with a remix of popular songs. More poems. Oh gosh, I drew a picture of myself. What's on there? Yeah. This is my little self-portrait. Can you see that? That's my self-portrait. Oh, I hope you can see it. That is funny. I did have hair back then. I had a lot of hair, and apparently I was wearing blue eyeshadow. And peace sign earrings. And that is how I wore my hair. So funny. So anyway, on the last page it says, sorry so sloppy. My handwriting, look at it. It's even worse now. All right, the end of this notebook has come on this day of April 27th, 1990, Friday in parentheses, to my children. Dear future kids, I have dreamt of this day since I was 11 years old. You can look back at my past life and read my diaries. I love each and every one of you. I sound like a lot of kids. Each and every one of you. Right now, I don't know what you look like, but I know all of you will be beautiful. Right now, I am only 13 years old. I don't know how old I will be when you read this, But right now in 1990, I don't care. Can you believe your mother is right now sitting in science class at 11:52 p.m.? Excuse me, I think that's 11:52 a.m. I am on the first row in the fourth chair. I loved you even before I was a teenager, and here's proof. Love, Mommy. I even signed it, Love, Mommy. Love, Mommy. And it looks like I almost wrote my name, and then I scratched it out and put Mommy. So, yes, I'm going to read this to them, and I've shared this with them before a few years ago, but I'm going to read this to them. I'm going to make sure that I make copies of this and frame it for them. Because I laughed through it, but being a mother really was something. I had such a fabulous mother, just a loving mother. I always wanted to, it made me want to be a mom, and so it was something that I always dreamt of, and I just did. That was just my heart. So yeah, that is that, and that is, and my little hearts were my boyfriend's, my little hearts with my boyfriend's initials. Nothing compares to you. So funny. So I was just always like dreaming of love and having children and la 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 la. So that is, yeah, that is me. Jennifer B. Jammin'. Anyway, so that is, I just wanted to share that with you and encourage you. Hopefully that was encouraging. I'm just kind of just talking now, but wish you a happy Mother's Day. And, you know, and regardless of what you're doing to celebrate Mother's Day, just have a wonderful day. And remember that it is truly a blessing to have the opportunity to be a mother, because the role that we play is so significant and is so precious, and it is an honor. So I'm going to leave you with that, just to, on Mother's Day, to reflect upon the great blessing that it is to be a mother and to be called a mom. You know, I know we're called mom like 80,000 times a day. I know, but it is a blessing. So happy Mother's Day to you. Have a blessed day full of love, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.